hear about what happened? Crazy.
True crime. We online.
Come check us out.
Tune in. It's about to go down.
So we at
True crime. True crime. Based on real life events. Every story has two sides.
Telling the truth, who telling them lies?
Them on me, anybody with eyes, they can see that this the truth that I am speaking. Blood leaking, what's the reason? No remorse for the family. Where's the justice? We need peace. Another plot twist, this beef got me on the edge of my
I wonder what's gonna happen next.
Welcome, dear listeners, to another episode of Murder and Cocktails, where true crime meets mixology. I'm your host, Nicole Mitchell-Colley, joined by my fabulous co-host, Amber Watson.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Get ready for an intoxicating discussion as we dive into the tragic tale of Chiquita Tate, a brilliant defense attorney whose life took a dark turn in February 2009. So grab your favorite libation and let's raise a glass to a murderously good time. But first, we have some true crime news. Jennifer Crumbley, mother of Ethan Crumbley, one of the perpetrators in the tragic Michigan school shooting in Oxford, Michigan, has been found guilty on multiple charges related to the incident. The shooting, which occurred at Oxford High School in November 2021, resulted in the deaths of 4 students and injuries to several others. Following a trial that concluded recently, Jennifer Crumbley has been convicted on all counts of involuntary manslaughter. She was held responsible for purchasing the firearm used in the shooting and failing to intervene despite clear warnings of her son's deteriorating mental state. During the trial, prosecutors presented evidence indicating that Jennifer and her husband, James Crumbley, were aware of their son's troubling behavior. They even received a concerning note from his school the day of the shooting. Despite this, they failed to take decisive action to prevent the tragedy. The verdict was an elicited mix of relief and closure for the families of the victims who have long sought justice since the tragic incident occurred. Many hope this conviction serves as a reminder of the importance of responsible gun ownership and proactive intervention in cases of concerning behavior. Defense attorneys for Jennifer Crumbley have not yet commented on the verdict, but are expected to appeal the decision in the coming weeks. This conviction marks a significant milestone in the legal proceedings surrounding the Oxford High School shooting. It highlights the accountability of the perpetrators and those who may have played a role in enabling the tragedy. The community continues to mourn the loss of the victims while grappling with the aftermath of the shooting. The verdict underscores the ongoing need for efforts to address issues of gun violence and mental health support in schools and communities across the country. So, she was convicted this week.
Yeah, she was.
Of, involuntary manslaughter. So, I totally agree with that conviction, actually. I mean, 1, you bought your son a gun. 2, your son has told you that he needs help, that he's having mental health struggles, and you ignored it.
But not only did he tell her, he drew it. He put it out in a, notebook. He drew help. He did all kinds of things to bring it to their attention. And she was like, oh, that's just a joke in the house. What?
Yeah. I mean, all over assignments. He was looking up ammunition on his phone in school. And that particular day that the shooting occurred, his parents got called in. They had a discussion with, I believe, a counselor. And the counselor basically asked them to take him home and not bring him back until he gets some sort of mental health help. And they said no.
Right, because they didn't think that it was serious. And according to her testimony, she was like, the meeting was very nonchalant. She didn't make it seem it was really serious, so we didn't feel the need to bring him home.
Yeah, no. That shouldn't have gone that way at all. Oh, her sentencing here is in April, and her husband's trial will be coming up soon.
They all.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Do you think he'll get the same? The same verdict? Or do you think he'll get worse because he actually bought the gun?
I think they all deserve the same sentencing, straight across the board.
Agreed. I really feel that like Michigan is definitely leading from the front, especially because this is the first time that parents of a shooter have been held responsible. So I think like they are definitely making an example out of them, which I think is awesome.
I completely 100% agree with that.
Like, I'm really looking forward to Jennifer's sentencing in April. I'm definitely going to be watching that.
I'm going to try, but, they don't say it all day. It comes on first thing in the morning, and I'll be getting dressed for work, whatever. And then that's it. I won't hear nothing else until I come home and watch the really late news.
I watched the whole trial on Channel 2.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like all about the trial. There's no like commercials or anything.
Yeah. I mean, there's like a commercial here and there, but yeah, they put the trial on Fox 2.
I did not know that.
I was in the office.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah. So, moving on to another case. This one's kind of funny because I actually saw this one on the news. Donald Adelson was apprehended while trying to board a one-way flight to Vietnam with charges including first-degree murder and solicitation of murder. The case stems from a family dispute where prosecutors alleged that the Adelson family plotted to kill Dan Markle following a custody battle with his ex-wife, Wendy Adelson, Donna's daughter. So, Donna's son, Charlie, has been convicted in the murder, and Donna's recent attempt to leave the country has added a new twist to the case. Her attorney claims her innocence, but it just sounds a little sketchy. Buying a one-way ticket to Vietnam. I don't think they participate in extradition. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either, but that's just funny.
They caught her ass in the airport, and this chick said, "I didn't know there was a warrant." So it's like, what? If you didn't know there was a warrant, you wouldn't be trying to leave the country on a one-way ticket.
Right. Like, I'm over here laughing. I'm sorry. How do you not know?
Like, you tried it.
Definitely A for effort. I wish I had one of those, what do they use on the radio stations? The dumb buzzer of the day.
Oh, like Donkey of the Day, like Charlamagne's dad uses?
Yeah.
I'll make sure we get something like that, because then she has to be one of, like, the dumbest criminals ever.
For real.
I don't know. I think, like, she needs an award for that. I think we should, like, send her one. I'm pretty sure she's in prison or jail somewhere in Florida. Happy to send her an award for dumbest criminal. It's like, what is that dude? Jeff Foxworthy? Here's your sign.
Yeah.
She got all types of signs.
Absolutely.
All right. Enough talking shit about this poor lady. Sorry. It's just like the look on her face, like just like the element of surprise, like the look of shock on her face. And she's just a little old lady, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, she's harmless, right? But no, you had your son-in-law murdered. All because her daughter wanted to move her kids to South Florida where they were.
That's sad. People will go to extremes.
Like, it ain't that deep. You'll see him
was
at
for
Christmas
her.
or wherever. Crazy. All right.
She was
so
feeling some type of way.
Getting into this case. So in the legal landscape of the Louisiana, Chiquita Tate stood as a prominent figure known for her prowess in handling challenging cases. Little did she know she would become the victim of a heinous crime, brutally stabbed 14 times in her Baton Rouge law office while preparing for an upcoming murder trial. So, she stabbed 43 times. So this was personal. Somebody was clearly big mad. Because 43 times is a lot. Amber, you're muted. Amber!
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Oh, your mom's yelling at the dog.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. The circumstances surrounding Tate's death raised numerous questions.
That's why it was muted.
Ah, okay. Tell mom she's fucking up the recording. Because I'm like, hello, am I talking to myself?
You're really not. No, I am here.
The circumstances surrounding Tate's death raised numerous questions. As someone who represented accused killers, drug dealers, and gang members, speculations arose about a possible connection between her murderer and her own client roster. Some even considered the unsettling possibility of a closer connection, pointing to her volatile temper. So, her journey began in some challenging circumstances. She was raised by her grandmother along her 7 siblings. Her mother basically abandoned them, and their father was on drugs. Her grandfather would often say that with her smart mouth, she had better be a preacher or a lawyer. So, despite adversity, she was the bomb academically, becoming the first in her family to attend college. Her professional success soared, and she won a $500,000 jury verdict. And she established her own law firm on the Mississippi River, earning a formidable reputation in court. She found happiness in her marriage to Greg Davis, who was super fine. I mean, he got body.
You're going to have to send me a picture of that, because I have yet to see this man, and you're over here, he is fine, and I have yet to see this.
It's always the fine ones that are fucking crazy. Well, in my experience, anyway.
Okay, I'll go with that.
So, tragedy struck on February 19th, 2009, as Chiquita worked late for her double murder trial and she never returned home. Greg called her repeatedly, before driving to her office the next morning. He flagged down a nearby officer and they went inside and they stumbled upon her lifeless body. Despite the absence of blood in the elevator or the lobby or any signs of robbery, investigators discovered particular details. For example, she had a wefta weave in her hand, but her wallet was missing. Also, she was still wearing her jewelry, so that ruled out robbery right there. There was no murder weapon found at the scene. But Greg had told authorities that he had seen Chiquita the night she was killed after she called him at 7 o'clock to bring her something to eat. He brought her some McDonald's, and he even recalled helping her with a small errand while he was there. So
he done poisoned her.
Poisoned her. Yeah, he poisoned her with a number 5.
Yep, put it in her McDonald's food. Sure did.
That would be a way to get me, for real. Because I sure cannot turn down, McDonald's french fries. Or Hi-C orange. You really want to get me? Poison my Hi-C orange.
That's really funny because I only like their fries. I like nothing else but McDonald's French fries. I can't stand anything else on their menu. Okay, I take that back. I like their sweet tea, but I have to have it cut in half. And that's it. Sweet tea cut in half in their fries, because everything else, to me, has gone downhill.
Everything.
Sorry.
And who wants to drink liquid diabetes? Amina loves it. But you know,
I'm sorry, did you just say liquid diabetes and you're talking about some high C orange? That's probably got more sugar than their sweet tea.
I beg to differ.
Nope. I'm sorry.
Nope.
We can take a poll. We'll take a poll. We'll take a poll and have our listeners.
I put money on it that sweet tea has more sugar in it than high C orange. Matter of fact,
if you drink it 100%, but I cut it in half. I do half and half. I do half sweet and half non-sweet. But they can never get it right. It's either all unsweet or it's all sweet. And then I can't drink it.
How do you fuck up sweet tea?
I don't know. I've been trying to ask myself that every time I order a sweet tea.
Oh my God. That's a shame.
They never get it right. They can never get it right. And I don't understand that.
Get better candidates. So, the investigation delved into their troubled marriage, revealing a lease for a new apartment and a history of domestic violence. So, wasn't a fairy tale after all.
Right.
Interesting.
Dun, dun, dun.
Before her death, she reportedly signed a lease for her new apartment, but she hadn't moved in yet. And she told her sister, Danita, who also served, I guess, as like a legal secretary there. She told her sister that the same day she died, in fact, that she could no longer stay in the marriage. So detectives uncovered a past domestic violence call to the home 2 months before the couple's wedding. They were both arrested, but the charges were later dropped. So, it's time for our favorite segment, Sip and Solve.
So she was giving it right back to him.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Beat that ass.
Right. If you gonna step up, you better be careful.
Right. Yeah. It's time for our favorite segment, Sip and Solve. Grab your shakers and glasses because we're about to mix up a drink that perfectly complements today's mystery's dark twists and turns. Today's featured cocktail is the Hurricane, a Louisiana favorite. No pun intended. Here's how you can concoct this intriguing libation. You'll need 2 ounces of light rum, 2 ounces of dark rum, 1 ounce of lime juice, 1 ounce of orange juice, ½ ounce of passion fruit puree, ½ ounce of simple syrup, 1 teaspoon of grenadine, an orange half wheel, and a preserved cherry for garnish. Add the light and the dark rums, lime and orange juices, passion fruit puree, simple syrup, and grenadine into a shaker with ice and shake until well chilled. Strain into a large Hurricane glass over fresh ice. Garnish with an orange half wheel and a preserved cherry. Let the flavors inspire your detective instincts as we sip on our Hurricanes. Take a moment to ponder the mysteries we've uncovered today and share your thoughts with us on social media using hashtag #SipAndSolve. Back to the case. Chiquita's wallet was discovered on Gardere Lane, which is like a really sketchy, crime-ridden area of town. Her credit cards were still inside, leading detectives to believe that the wallet had been planted there to divert the investigation. An anonymous call alleging a lesbian love affair traced back to Greg's sister further complicated the investigation. Red flag.
100%.
Why the sister calling over here trying to complicate shit?
That's what a sister does.
I'll be damned. If Byron called me telling me to complicate some shit, no sir, I will not. My name Bennett and I ain't in it.
So you mean tell me if your brother called you and just like gave you all the lowdown, you wouldn't nothing?
Okay, I lied. Like, I'm a ride or die for my brother. Like, I probably would have did the same thing, but I wouldn't did no dumb shit like that. That was just dumb.
I
She could've
probably
signed
would too
too.
with that lookalike 50 Cent brother.
Yeah. Leave my brother alone, Amber.
Yep. I can't. I'm sorry.
You can't have my brother. So there's suspicions about Greg heightened when he told detectives he had been on Gardner Lane the night his wife died to buy steroids, after insisting initially that he had driven straight home.
I'm sorry. What you need steroids for? I mean,
Like
I know
said, he
what
had
people
body. Like,
use them.
His body was nice. It was nice.
Oh, but it was illegal. Okay.
Yeah. But it's probably why his ass was crazy.
Absolutely. Makes you crazy, and that you take too much steroids, it shrinks your man parts.
Well, eventually they don't work. Got candy cane syndrome.
Maybe that's why she got tired of the marriage, because he couldn't give it to her right.
That would piss me off too. That's grounds for divorce.
Is it though?
Yeah. I mean, because honestly speaking, check this, right? All right. Listen to my logic.
Okay, I'm listening.
We married, and you can't give it to me. What do you expect me to do? Do you expect me to be patient because your pee-pee don't work?
Okay.
Eventually, somebody's gonna have to pet me. Because
with
toys don't
technology
always do the
nowadays,
job.
true. But with technology nowadays, if it don't work, you could pay to get it fixed.
That's a lot of money, and you know what? Insurance doesn't always cover that type of stuff.
But didn't he have money, or didn't they have money?
She had money.
But he didn't.
Really?
So he married into technically money.
Basically.
Okay.
But yes, you're not petting me right. Eventually, I might cheat, so we might as well go ahead and get divorced.
Okay.
That's how I see it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just stone cold and I'm just...
Well, no, because I would think it would go for the same way with men. Now, not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, men or women, but for those women who have, breast cancer and they get rid of their, they have a bisectomy. Nope, wrong one.
Nope, mastectomy.
Nope. Yes, completely said it wrong. Anyways, and they remove their boobs, their breasts, right? And if their husbands were used to, having those breasts, and the wife no longer has the breasts, is that still grounds for divorce?
Well, a lot of women tend to opt for the reconstructive surgery, so they get new tatas and everybody is happy.
And there's not a procedure out there for men to get new wee-wees?
I don't know about new wee-wees, but I've seen dudes get pumps or whatever, but that's fucking weird. I can't watch you pump your dick while we're about to play. I don't think that would turn me on at all. I think if anything, that would weird me the fuck out. Seriously.
But wouldn't it be the same if he was to, excuse my language, jack himself off? He's still pumping it up.
No, but you can actually hear the pump sounds. It's how you would blow up a tire.
Yes.
With a foot pump. That's how it is.
So you're saying that sound would turn you off?
Hell yeah, that would turn me off immediately. And I would probably be laughing so fucking hard, and then you would get turned off because I'm laughing at you. And then you'd probably be in your feelings because I'm laughing at you.
And the
you know
night
what
is
I'm saying?
over. Got it.
It's over. I can't take you seriously no more.
It's a wrap. Okay.
Literally.
Moving on.
I'm going to hell. I am going to hell.
Together.
So he denied any relationship problems and said the couple had been working through their issues. Whatever. But investigators also discovered that his family was trying to divert them from him as a possible suspect in the case. And they continued to insist that he he wasn't the type of man who would kill his wife, and said they believed whoever had killed Chiquita had tried to kill him during a late night attack at his home. Okay, bullshit.
Yeah, I call bullshit. Yeah.
Prosecutors believe that David staged the attack himself because he was on the couch sleeping when it happened, but they happened to shoot him. Investigators found a small drops of blood throughout their home and a Clorox bottle, but it was the blood on a pair of sunglasses found in his car that was the most damning. The sunglasses had a combination of both his blood and Chiquita's blood on the left lens and the right arm of the glasses. So how'd that happen?
I want to hear this excuse. Continue.
So during his trial, former girlfriends testified to his controlling nature and painted a really complex picture of this guy. They said he would hit them, he would fight them. As long as he could control them, he was cool. But the prosecutor believed that Chiquita was getting ready to leave his ass, and also pointed to a $60,000 life insurance policy that stood to collect upon her death. And they used that as his motive to carry out the murder.
Absolutely.
$60,000 ain't enough.
Well, it would have been him, especially if he didn't have anything coming into the relationship. Money is always a motive.
Oh yeah, sure. And the husband is always the first suspect.
Yep, spouses, girlfriends are always suspect first.
So, despite arguments against financial stress as a motive, after 3 hours of deliberation, a jury found that Davis was responsible, at least in some sense, for the murder, opting to convict him of the lesser charge of manslaughter in 2011, and he was sentenced to the maximum of 40 years behind bars.
That man gonna die in jail. Or prison. Sorry, he gonna die.
Oh yeah, for sure. He definitely gonna die. So in Louisiana, homicide encompasses 3 categories: first-degree murder, second-degree murder, and manslaughter. So, in emphasizing that the murder is deemed successful when there's a deliberate attempt to kill, that's what murder is technically defined as. But manslaughter results from unintentional actions, highlighting the crucial distinction in lying in the state of the perpetrator's mind.
Interesting.
So it's all about intent, because it wasn't premeditated, and it's described as a murder in the heat of the moment, and manslaughter might occur during a domestic altercation that escalates to a fatal outcome.
So basically, they could have been arguing and he might have accidentally pushed her or did something where he didn't intentionally mean to kill her. Right?
Yeah, but I find that hard to believe given that he stabbed her 43 times. I was like, what did she do? Trip, fall, and land on his knife
43 times. Yeah, I don't, yeah. That
Right.
seems meditative.
I mean, I don't think she kept knives like that in her office either. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, the word on the street is like he's been trying to file an appeal.
I'd like to know how that goes.
The case of Chiquita Tate remains a tragic saga, finding legal prowess, personal choices, and the intricacies of a convoluted investigation. As we reach the end of this chilling episode of Murder and Cocktails, we want to thank you, our fantastic listeners, for joining us on this dark and mysterious journey. Your enthusiasm for true crime and mixology makes each episode truly special. Before we wrap up, don't forget to follow us on your favorite podcast platform to stay updated on our latest concoctions of Crime and Cocktails. And of course, share the love by leaving us a review. Your feedback keeps the spirits high and the stories flowing. Remember, the night is young and the tales are waiting to be unraveled. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and keep those glasses cool. This is Nicole Mitchell-Colley and Amber Watson signing off. Cheers to the mysteries that keep us coming back for more.
Good night.
Ooh, that show was good. I can't wait for the next one to come out. Binging on the podcast. Hope true crime never run out. What's gonna happen in the next episode? Nobody don't know. I'm in suspense. This get intense. No turning back now. I'm all in. True crime. We online. Tune in. It's about to go down. True crime. True crime. Based on real life events.